What is going on, people? Gonna try this again. Didn't work too well the last time, but I'm gonna try it. Haven't done one of these in, I think, since the beginning of this channel. I'm gonna do a room tour. I'm gonna show you, all my different movies and how I keep them and stuff like that. People have been asking how you keep them alphabetical, where you keep them. So I'm gonna do this quick because I only have like 26 minutes to do this. So before I get into it, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. If you enjoy this, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you want to know when I do upload more stuff, hit that bell button so you know when I upload reviews or unboxings or anything like that. You know the whole scamille. Just, like I said, subscribe, like, comment too. That's another thing. Let me know what you think of how I keep my stuff. And yeah, so anyway, I'm going to turn the camera and we'll go now. Anyway, this is pretty much what you'll see behind me all the time whenever I'm doing, like, this corner of my collection is what you see. So up there you got full seasons of TV shows, or series, should I say, except for the Harry Potter one. I like this. I'll show you where I keep all my other stuff, like the overhang. For those of collectors know that when you have a small space, you kind of just do what you can. So like I said, all different complete series and such. For those of you who follow my Instagram, this is pretty much what you see here. That is what I use to prop up the movies, this little Toxic Avenger set. Now you see this behind it. This is one of our buddies from the Dorkening, Alex Hoey. He put this comic book together. Really not a comic book fan, but I, help promote and help support, local people. So he's part of the Dorkening family. He drew this bits and pieces from this Hatchet comic book. So I got that. This is another thing you'll see is this Snoopy, the Peanuts holiday movie set. So I keep that there. Right here is my A24 collection. Pretty much got everything except for stuff that hasn't been released. There's one or two, I think, on DVD that I don't have. But everything that's gotten released so far, I've gotten. Even, what do you call it here? Krishna. This one right here, Krisha. It's like a A24 like collector's thing where you have to go on A24, and most of the time it's sold out, but I did pick that one up. And the Midsummer director's cut, this big one. Then my horror movie section is getting a little bit too large, so I had to move it, part of it over. This is like Code Red. This is Blue Underground, my 88 films and such. Down here, kind of just got stuff all over the place. This is an I Heart Rudy magazine. So anybody that likes Monster Squad, look it up. Really cool stuff, behind the scenes stuff. This is, just guilty pleasure movies, movies that I watched all the time, movies that I can pop in at any given time. This is my little Elle Fanning little collection here, with Twixt and Teen Spirit. I got some Anna Kendrick movies here. I got this shelf is probably the most what do you want to call it, unorganized. Like, I try to keep everything organized. All this is pretty much in alphabetical order, except when you get down to the next shelf, the next couple shelves. This right here is more independent stuff, I'd say, lesser known, some diamonds in the rough kind of deal. Then I have some love story type movies thrown together. Down here is just random titles, water bottle when I get thirsty, some of the stuff that I keep to review and such. This is just an overhang stuff for the collectors. Sometimes you just run out of room quickly. I could throw it in there, which eventually I'll do. This isn't really put in alphabetical order. This, like I said, is the worst shelf out of all of them. I do have a Game of Thrones 1 through 6 seasons 1 through 6. I do have the full one over there, so if anybody wants to buy that for cheap, or let me know. Down here is my steel books that I got to put in order. I got a whole bunch for those of you who haven't checked out, my videos and stuff, but that is that's where my steel books are. Over here is where I keep all the time I talk about movies that I got doubles of from Horror Pack and such. This is where they end up. So this is a whole bunch of stuff that I have for either sale eventually. There's so much stuff, I either want to sell or trade or whatever, but it just falls to the wayside. And then I got some random pops. Here's some posters and such that I get from certain movies and Screen Factory and such. This is the not A24, Hamilton book. Big box sets that I bought. I have videos for. This little section here is more out of print titles, stuff that's a little bit more expensive, a little bit more rare. Those steel books that I was talking about, this random movie set that's going up in price for some reason. What do you want to call it? Jennifer's Body steel book. So that's just, like I said, more stuff that's a little bit more expensive. Then it comes over to this whole section, this whole side of my horror movie section. So up here you have some box sets and such. This is a random stack that I have to put in alphabetical order. Up here is the Horror Pack exclusives. You have every single one. I've been with Horror Pack for a couple of years now. This stack here is stuff that we've had people on from on the Wicked Horror Show, the podcast that I do. For those of you who haven't checked it out yet, every Tuesday night, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we'll have people on from movies and such. Never Opened the Door, Jess Sonnenborn, The Lullaby, Rain Swart, I Spit on Your Grave, Deja Vu. We had Jamie Bernadette, a whole bunch of people from all through the house. House Shark, we had the director, producer, Zombie Killers, we had the director and Gabrielle Stone and Felissa Rose. Zombievers, we had Courtney Palm on. So this, and then it goes down here to more movies where we had people from Stinky Tuna, a little collection that I have going there, even though I don't think it's going to be that much more because, I don't know, Netflix might have caught them or however they do it. Camp Blood, up there's another one with, we had Jessica Cameron on from that. Coming down to Uncorked, and then a few more. The box and one Last Kill is it came from the 508, like a local one to a few guys from the Dorkening. It's local to them. Like I said, Uncorked little collection. This is Gravitas Ventures collection. That was more The Lost Boys, the 3 movies. Kind of ran out of room. Comes down to my Arrow collection. Not as big as some. This is one that I eventually want to start getting more of. My Scream Factory collection, my Vinegar Syndrome collection is bigger than my Arrow collection. Then it goes from Arrow to Scream Factory here. And Scream Factory is my biggest, boutique title, if you want to call that. Here's a little shout out to the artist version 1. This is his book. The stories no one asked for. Kind of put that. It moves all the time, but I put it on that shelf. Like I said, that's still my Scream Factory. It's got like almost 4 shelves to itself. Random titles that eventually I have to find room for. That's more Scream Factory. Then comes the Scream Factory box sets with the Friday the 13th one, and The Fly, Halloween, The Wreck, The Omen. Then the steel books, the Scream Factory steel books. Then it comes down to the Vinegar Syndrome with the Angel and all the ones with slip covers. I'm just going to do this quick. Like I said, I'm running out of time. That's my Vinegar Syndrome. If you want to pause the video to see what I do have, this is Epic Pictures, the certain box sets. Then it's horror movie steel books, going into just random titles here. Random titles. The next shelf behind all that is also random titles, like behind that. Then comes my seasons, my American Horror Story, Ash vs. the Evil Dead, The Walking Dead, The Fear of the Walking Dead. Down there is the monsters, the Universal monsters. I got steel books. I got like 5 different versions of each. or 3 different versions of each, should I say, with the steel books, the regular ones, and I'm eventually going to get all of the colored ones, the glow in the dark ones. Behind all this, like I said, the 2 shelves there are just random titles. Coming over to this section here, I have my small little Adam Green section here. This is all stuff to do with Adam Green, the Hatchet movies, Frozen, Digging Up the Marrow, Chilla-Ram, and the Holliston. Then comes to Artsploitation films. The one company I work with, I've had a whole bunch of movies beforehand, but then they've been sending movies over to review. So I got that. Then comes into my Dark Sky collection here. Goes down to there, which then goes into my Epic Pictures / Dread Central collection, which I do have a few more movies coming in eventually. And then down here, it goes to still Epic Pictures, those couple. IFC Midnight, a couple movies from there. Then my Magnet, 12-Hour Shift, new Magnet movie. If you haven't seen it, these two actually alone in 12-Hour Shift are newer ones. Check it out. But that's my Magnet collection there. A bunch of Magnet films. Into RLJE, horror movies. That's another company. Every once in a while I get movies to review. And then they started working with Shudder. I didn't get any movies from them, but Shudder is, Shudder exclusive movies. So they started working with them. Down here is, what do you want to call it? Scream Team Releasing. And then goes into Synapse Films, into my Vestron collection, which if anybody has the slipcover for Maximum Overdrive, that's the only one I'm missing. If anybody knows where to get it. Then coming into my horror movies with, I got a random box there, horror movies with slipcovers here. I don't want to go way too deep into that, but that's horror movies with slipcovers. And then this is my, TV and such. Okay, now coming over to this corner is my Disney collection over on the bottom here. Very shaky and stuff, but Disney movie collection. Then up here, I have my Kino Lorber movies. This is more of the Gravitas Ventures. Over here is RLJE films that have nothing to do with horror movies. And then just random lower budget Rick and Morty stuff. But then this is a little closer view of the Disney collection. This is my Steelbook covers. I got a, what do you want to call it? Christmas movies over here. A couple more box sets, the Alfred Hitchcock one, and then the classic movie monsters. This is like 31 films. This right here is my Giraffe Task films collection, which I'm trying to get almost all of them. I got probably like 10 more eventually. I got to find random horror movies in here. Then coming over to this corner, just random, I use this for change here and there, but that's random movies there, a stack of movies over there. Then, like I said, for those who I got movies all the way through here. This is my movie box sets and stuff. This is just random everyday titles and so on and so forth. Right down there, all the way down. It's like double stacked. But these are, just random titles, your everyday movies, swing vote, and stuff like that. These are, my little Marvel, DC little stack here. It used to be on the shelf over there, but then, like I said, with collectors, you move all stuff around, and so I ended up putting a whole bunch in there. Then I do have, boxes of movies over here. Then I come over here. Like I said, this is, I guess you can see like a little overview of my stuff. And then over here is just I got a phone here. I have these boxes of Trauma and Full Moon collection. I guess I'll show off this more. This used to be out, but then, like I said, I kind of pick and choose what movies I watch the most, but at least I know where these are. So then there's that. Throw that over. Some more horror movies. I believe this one is. No, it's just, yeah, random horror movies. Other movies that I picked up for Black Friday. You know, random DVDs that I got. That one was from Stinky Tuna. You know, random stuff here. It's one of those things where you just pick and lift and you don't even look to see where you put stuff. And then this one should be just all straight up horror movies as well. Like I said, random titles. Plus, these are all just pretty much Blu-rays. Some, you know, seasons on DVD and such. But all that was Blu-rays. I do have, used to, like I said, when I first started, if you want to check it, one of my first videos, it was all DVDs. I never had any Blu-rays. So, pretty much what this is with Blu-rays, I had pretty much the same amount in DVDs. I used to have different holders and stuff. If you check out, like I said, go to my first video, and I have a whole different setup, a whole different thing. I used to have a couch in my room, but pretty much that is a room tour. If you want anything broken down a little bit more, like I said, if you want to see a little explanation on the Artsploitation films or Magnet or whatever have you, let me know, and I'll definitely go ahead and do that for you guys. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this quick little room tour. And like I said, some stuff that you might not have seen before. Like I said, pretty much the only thing you see is this stuff behind me. But then I have the Disney, and then, like I said, the horror movie section over here. So every day it grows and grows and grows. The life of a collector. It sucks, but it's good, but it sucks. So anyway, like I said in the beginning, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. If you enjoy what you see, let me know. Give it a thumbs up. You know, some of it's definitely placed better than others. Some of it's, you know, just chaos, but it's my chaos. I know exactly where everything is. That's a crazy thing. You know, like I said, most of it's in alphabetical order, and I know where everything is, but there's some things that, you know, I got to kind of remember and then find it. But being a collector, you kind of know where everything is. Some people, you know, some people might not, but I know a bunch of people that says, no matter what, I know where everything is. I know what I have and stuff like that. And I use, in case you wanted to know, I use My Movies, the app where I just scan it in and it'll tell me, you know, what it is, how much it is, where you can find it, kind of deal. So if you're looking for that, My Movies, yeah, so if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. There's my little David Long from Pieces of Talent. He's staring over my shoulder. But subscribe, like, hit that bell button, and comment. Let me know how you keep your collections. Let me know if they're in alphabetical order, if they're in, you know, horror movies and Disney movies and stuff like that, or everything's all together, or how it works. But let me know. So again, hopefully you liked it. Hopefully you enjoyed. And yeah, I guess until next time, I'll see you guys.